at home. We're off to do something crazy. Crazy, I say, crazy. You guys saw that video where I went and did some UTV side-by-side that I rented when I was up in the UP. Well, ever since then, I have been looking at these. If you watch that video, the first stop, right there's one. The first stop sign that we came to on that ride, the inspector was sitting in the passenger seat and she goes, "We're going shopping for one of these, aren't we?" I've been looking at them ever since, guys. And I have struck a deal. And I'm off to pick one up. I'm gonna go buy a UTV. Really not needed at this moment. Kind of saving up money for land and stuff, but it's a good deal, and I'll explain it all to you later. I'll show you guys when we get there. Well, guys, we are loaded up and on the way home. We're here at Miller Power Sports in Fond du Lac. I actually forgot to turn the camera on when I was coming in. I'm doing it on the way out. You know what that means. You guys don't get to see it till I get home. We are all loaded up with the machine. And on our way home. I'll see you guys there. It's pretty cool. Well, guys, there it is. It is a CF Moto zforce 950 Sport. And my brother always says to me, "Why did you get such a big truck?" Man, kind of worked out perfect, to tell you the truth. I actually took my snowmobile trailer with it. I think one of my suspension things on my axle, I've had this trailer forever. I think one of them is sprung or something. I put it up on there and all the wood was cracking and everything as I was driving up, and I was like, yeah, it's older wood. And I got it up there and I started to strap it down, and I looked underneath and the tire on the other side was right up tight to the wood. And I could see where the tire's been rubbing on there, so probably have to get some new, it's got these torsion spring things on it. They're not regular springs, they're like torsion arms on them. Probably should get some new ones for it. Looks like they've been kind of worn out. So we actually just threw it in the back of the truck. I measured it up and I'm like, it'll fit. So we actually put it up in the back. They put it up with a forklift and put it up in there. I'm gonna just back down into the ditch and back it out then. But yeah, I've actually been really researching this stuff, guys. And this thing here is pretty cool, guys. It's a 950, and it has what was it? It's 60-inch width. Now the bigger ones, the Can-Am and all that stuff, they are like 64-inch wide, which I'm actually kind of glad it's 60 because it just fits into my truck. Another 4-inch, it would never have gotten into it. And I think I'm gonna haul it like this. I'm gonna build some ramps, and I'm gonna haul it. I mean, why even haul a trailer? It fits in there. I'll rig up something. But it's a 950, and I actually saw this. I was getting some dirt bike parts and stuff for my dirt bike and my new four-wheeler sitting over there. And I've been really looking and researching on these things. And I mean, the Can-Ams, the Yamahas, the Polaris, they're all 20 to 22,000. Yes, I know there's other cheaper models, but I want a sport model. I want something for ripping on. And they're that price. And I've been looking around at them and stuff, and it's just like so hard. It's like, man, $22,000. That is so much money for, you know, a toy. And I was there getting some parts for my dirt bike and stuff, and I walked by this thing, and it was $13,000. And I thought, why? And I went and talked to the sales guy about it, and he's like, well, that's a CF Moto. I'm like, what's CF Moto? He goes, it's a China brand. I'm like, well, everything is a China brand. I mean, Yamaha, I mean, everything is built, all the parts are from China and stuff. They may be assembled in Canada with BRP or whatever, but I mean, everything is from China. And he's like, yeah, it's its own company, and he says they got a really low price point. They're trying to get into the market. And I went online and I looked at it on YouTube and I looked at online reviews of it and stuff, and everybody says this is a great machine. And they said for the price, there's no way even to beat it. And I've seen drag races with this thing against Polaris Razors, and in like a quarter mile, the Polaris Razor beat it by like 5 feet. It was hardly nothing. And this actually beat it in four-wheel drive, beat the Polaris Razor and stuff. And I was like, you know what? For $10,000 cheaper, I'll do this. 5 feet, I can live with 5 feet of a race. But the thing is, its top speed on this one is actually faster than what that Can-Am went that I drove. I saw that this goes up to 73 miles an hour. I saw in a video, and Can-Am would only do 68. So yeah, so I'm gonna unload it, and we'll do more of a walk around, and I'll show you guys everything about it. Alright guys, well here it is, up close. The CF Moto zforce 950 Sport. Just to walk around, I've just basically driven it off the truck. I drove it over, and my parents actually were like, that is really neat. And I gave my dad and my mom a quick ride. We went back in the woods. I just ripped it back in the woods a little bit and got some grassing. I can't really do a lot with it right now because it's got to go through the break-in process. But it's got 27-inch tires on it. Nice, good knobby tires on there. They seem pretty good. I have seen online that I can put 32-inch tires on here and it will still have clearance with all the steering and everything. So that will probably be something I will do because that will give it more ground clearance. It has coil spring over with an extra reservoir with fully adjustable springs, so you can make them softer or lighter and everything. It's got adjustable for the ride height. I'm going to sneeze in a second. I was back in the woods. There we go. Kind of a cough sneeze. There we go. The rear end on this is kind of neat. The same thing with the back. It has coil over suspension, shocks on, and everything with the reservoirs with adjustable. And but it has the trailing arm. This doesn't usually come on the smaller sport model on 60-inch models. It usually, the bigger models will have the trailing arm. They actually built it into this one, which I think is great, because usually they just have a upper and lower A-arm back here, but if you clip something, you know, it bends those things up like crazy. They actually put trailing arms on there. What I'm talking about is right down here. These trailing arms right here, they go up to the frame, gives it more rigidity. For back here, this is like the cargo area. They have these snap lock things, kind of almost like a Skidoo or stuff like that. They have those where you can lock cam lock deals into them, and you can put coolers or gas jugs or, you know, whatever back here for your little trips or whatever. There's an aftermarket company I saw that has made a deal that hooks on here and it comes up on the side, and then there's deals that hook on here and you can put like a 5-gallon can on the side of here. I think I might do that. Also, these things here, they look a little bit kind of weird. Everybody's saying the same thing. I get it. They almost look like speakers. This one here is the CVT air inlet. There's a tube that goes down here, and it actually goes down to that big black case behind the shock there. That's where the belt is. So it has airflow that goes through there, and then there's exit. So that way airflow goes through there and keeps it cool so it doesn't burn up belts. It's a new design that they have. You got your LED brake lights and turn signals. It doesn't have turn signals, it has flashers. I think the Canadian version actually has turn signals. This one does not. I kind of like that they're up behind there. That way they're not going to get busted by something. And what's really cool is if you look at this, the tires actually stick out further than the whole thing. So if you go up against some big rocks or something, the frame is not going to hit or something else. It's going to hit the tires, you know. And so that way you'd be able to climb up and everything. You saw when I unloaded a truck, I got the sniffles. I was going through all and stuff was flying up, pollen and stuff. The exhaust system's pretty cool. It's just a single pipe into a muffler and everything. Has dual exhaust, but I bet you there's going to be some aftermarket people who are going to make some cool exhaust for this thing. But it's all LED lights. This panel here you pull off and you basically get to the motor. You can see the motor down in there. That's basically how that is. This one up in here, you pull this up and there's a big air cleaner box in here. And it is fed through this intake right here. And this intake has like a frog skin material on it, where if water hits it, it beads off and runs off. It doesn't go into the intake pipe. I mean, if you really sat there with a hose, you probably get a lot of water in there, but you know, who's going to do that? But I think it'll work pretty well, but I think there's lots of opportunities to do some kind of snorkel deal. So if you are going to be doing a lot of water and stuff, maybe some kind of snorkeling thing. And you can see it over here. These doors are really actually pretty cool. You know, it's a big opening right here and stuff. But, I mean, I like it. You know, and if you're going on mud and stuff, you got to expect to get muddy. But it has a little latch in there, and they kind of look like they're cheap and stuff, but they're not. It's all metal frame inside there. And so this actually works as a roll, works part of it as a roll cage, and it closes really super good. It's super nice. And they're real nice and strong. And it just has a little push button there that unlocks it. Has a grab handle here. Have your grab handle here for your passenger to hang on to. And you can see inside here, the seat is actually fully adjustable too. It's kind of like a bucket racing seat. But you pull that up and the seat will actually go back and forth. That's kind of cool. They're really comfortable seats. They're a little bit tight on, you know, on your hips and stuff, but that's the way it should be. You should fit in there snug. So it's pretty cool. Got yourself a glove box here. And it has a wired control for a winch. But it also comes with a wireless control. And this when you buy this thing, it's so affordable. But you buy it, it comes with a winch from the factory, and it comes with a roof. Where a lot of the other models, they don't. And they're like $22,000, and you still got to buy that stuff. But you can see LED headlights, high and low beam, up in the front. And I like how they're tucked in there. It makes it look kind of mean, gives it a mean look, and it's protected by the big bar and everything. It's pretty cool. Inside the machine here, it has power steering, which is nice because the Can-Am that I drove didn't have power steering. It's got tilt steering, the whole thing here. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Let's see here. There it goes. And the monitor here, the dash, actually, it moves with it. I like that, so it keeps it right there, and so it doesn't, because a lot of the steering wheels, I know that Can-Am that I drove, I know that when you move the steering wheel up and down, it actually blocked some of the gauges. So this moves with it. This here is an ignition switch, which I don't understand why you need that. but this will kill it if you took that. Now you can't start it. Now it runs. This here is no headlights. That is headlights, and this is like a running lights. And you got your low and high beam. You got your horn. Gotta turn it on, I guess. There you go, beep beep. This here is 2-wheel drive. The next one down is 4-wheel drive. And the next one down is 4-wheel drive lock. Yeah, I don't know if you just heard that. It locked it in. See? That locks the front end. Both tires are going to spin up in the front to give you maximum pull on it. I saw some videos online too about this thing, and nobody really knew what this switch is. I read the instruction manual. I know, imagine that. And what this is if you are like stuck or something like that, and you're pressing on the gas, and the engine, it has an RPM limiter on it where it won't just really nail the, you know, you can't just nail the RPM on it and just hold it to the floor. And if you're having an issue, really need to spin your tires to get out of something, you can actually hold that button and it will override it and give you all of your RPM. So that's what that button is for. So if you hold this down, it actually gives you all your RPM. The dash is really cool. It almost looks like a smartphone or something like that. It's really sturdy mount. It's got a whole big bracket on here and everything. But I mean, it's pretty cool. And that's in sport mode. And then you got a button over here. This is econo. You know, see, when I push that, it changes the screen. So you really know that you're in econo mode. So you got there. And there's sport mode. You got your RPM gauge here. It's telling you're in 2-wheel drive. So you put it in 4-wheel drive, now they light up. So now in your 4-wheel drive lock, then you got the X in the front. It tells you your voltage here. It tells you don't have your seatbelt on. Fuel gauge, how long you've been driving it. And it tells you here your coolant temperature. It tells you what gear it's in. It's got a total of 7 miles on it. I'm not sure what to select and what you can do and everything. I haven't really gotten that far into it. Well, there you guys go. It's a pretty nice little machine. I like it a lot. You got a 12-volt outlet here. You got 2 USB ports down there. So I'll be able to hook some cameras all up on here and everything. It's pretty cool. Got tilt steering wheel, power steering. Got your emergency brake here. Then you got your park, reverse, neutral, high, and low. You got your little glove box over here too. Right now the winch thing, there's a wired deal in it for the winch. It also comes with a keychain thing that hooks on the keychain for a wireless winch. So, you guys want to go for a ride? Let's go for a ride. Well, I don't know if you saw it on my walk around, but yeah, I just these bars on here are so big. I don't have a mount on there, but I took apart one of my mounts and I duct taped it on there. So yeah, I'm using the duct tape again. There's gonna be some wind noise and everything, but we'll go for a little cruise. sorry about the wind noise. I don't have microphones all set up with dead cats on them and stuff. Waiting for Schwann's ice cream truck to come down the road here. I'm going to turn around. Breaking it in. Let's get a little second more speed. I don't want to hit it too hard. You gotta break the motor in. Go, boys and girls. It's all pretty cool, guys. I'm just doing the break-in right now. I can't go over half throttle until I get 10 hours of run time on here, and then it's supposed to be 3/4 throttle for another 10 hours. So it's gonna be a little while before I can really open her up and have some fun, but it's pretty cool. I did do a little donut thing over there, and she's got a good snap to it. It's gonna do well. So I'm gonna let you guys go. There you go, new toy. So I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this here video. And if they're not, certainly let's try that all over again tomorrow. See ya.